In this video, I break down the time that X motivated the youth and changed the world in some unseen footage on the internet. Let's get it. The clip that I found is a 5-minute long video recorded around the time that X did the 103.5 beat interview where he called out Drake. This is a little bit into the future after that, but it's still around the same time frame. So what happens in the video? The video is a big Q&A with young adults asking X about different questions and him giving answers through his expertise.
You great. You gonna be great. Literally, bro. Cause I'm telling you, I couldn't even sit. I used to go to school, like sleep in class. So anybody that could really like maintain that grade point average on top of going to college, on top of balancing their own problems in their own life, you know what I'm saying? Because your life is important too.
He begins talking about how school is hard, how he used to sleep through school, and how balancing is difficult. That in life, balance is difficult to do. In order to do school and have a part-time job, in order to have a part-time job and have friends, it's difficult to balance in life. It's a common concern for people. So your emotions are important. How you feel about things is extremely important. And he explains this right here.
Your life and what you want to build and your dreams are important too, and your emotions are important too. So if you can balance all of that, you gonna be greater than I am.
He then asks one of the kids what he wants to do in his life, where the kid responds with he doesn't really know, but he wants money.
I don't really know what I want to do, but get money.
Get money?
Now, getting to that final result, X knows that there has to be something there in order to get him there. Money doesn't fall from the sky. The kid mentions how he wants to go to school and get a proper job in order to provide for his family. And this is when X comes up with a great idea for kids in Florida.
You know what I want to do? I want to organize something with 103.5. Where DJ 33 at? You know what I mean? I want to organize something for 103.5 where we start putting up, like I'll even help myself, where we put up money or funding for kids and to get them into college. Because a lot of the times the problem is if you can't...
X wants to partner with this radio station and open up scholarships for students and give college funding in order to allow underprivileged students to go to school, have that funding, and not have the student debt that incurs after finishing an undergrad. Great on X here for doing that, because I know that takes a lot of money, that takes a lot of time, and this was at a time when X was not at the peak of his career just yet. He was still on the up and coming, and he did not have the funds like that. So for him to offer his own money shows a different side of the story.
The most important thing beyond all of our dreams is build your bloodline. You gotta think, 30 years from now, if you possibly have a kid, or your mother has another kid, or if your sister has a kid, you know what I'm saying? How can you build your bloodline and your family for generations to come, for them to all be stable?
X also mentions that one of the keys to life should be building your bloodline, building generational wealth in order to provide for people under you and people around you, to provide for your kids, to provide for your siblings, to provide for your parents, in order to be able to provide and be a provider in some sense. So to do that, you must be able to be mentally rich and have that mental rich mindset. And being mentally rich is the first step in order to build generational wealth. Right here, I'm getting a sense that X read Napoleon Hill. Who is Napoleon Hill? Napoleon Hill is an author from the 1900s, and he analyzed how to make money and what the difference between lower class people and higher class people was. Now, he assessed different wealthy people, such as Henry Ford, the person behind the Ford car, as well as Andrew Carnegie, a really rich American. And Napoleon Hill, in his book, How to Think and Grow Rich, talks about how important your mindset is and how important being mentally rich is to building richness. The book is very well written. One of the key things that steps out to me throughout that book is one of the earlier chapters, where there is someone who is portrayed to be indecisive. He knocks at a door, but he doesn't know what he's asking for. The person who opens the door, the house owner, asks, "What do you need?" And this person doesn't know what to answer, and he returns every day knocking on the door, but not knowing a true answer to the question, "What do you need?" Until finally he realizes what he needs. And once he realizes what he needs, he asks for that, and he gets that. Ask and you shall receive. One of the most important things is knowing what you want and now finding a way to get there. Once you know what you want, it puts it into picture. And you have to be mentally rich in order to have these proper thought lines and to have the proper thoughts in order to get you there and have a baseline underground framework for yourself on how to get there. Yes, they may seem just like words what I'm saying, but you need to know what you want in order to get there. You need to know what you want and what actually passions you in order to get there and the different lines that you can take. Sit down with yourself, think about it. Being mentally rich is huge, and being mentally rich takes time. It takes time with yourself. You have to build time with yourself. You have to build time with others, and you just have to go through life. It will come to you though, if you believe in it strong enough.
You just gotta be strong.
Yeah.
Gotta be strong and remain consistent and have faith in yourself. And don't be distracted. See, you got the world basically against you right now because you're doing this alone. So you really can't be distracted. Don't let any small time things get your attention, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, X also mentions that we have to stay strong and consistent. In times when you're alone, you feel like the world is against you, but you have to maintain your attention on the end goal, what you are working towards. What I like to remind myself about is today is one day. Tomorrow is day 2. By the end of the year, that is 365 days. 1 year is 365 days. If you can put your mind to something every single day for 365 days, that's 1 year, and you've been doing it for 1 year. The amount of things that can change in your life in 1 year is impeccable if you actually work towards it. 1 year working towards a goal is crazy. Try it out.
Just based off of what you're telling me, you got a lot against you. You know what I'm saying? You get odds are against you. So make sure you focus.
X also says you have to focus. Focus on what you have in front of you. Focusing is key. Focusing is undermined in society. We put all our attentions into these apps that we swipe on for hours a day. We doom scroll and we don't even realize this. But it takes your attention away and takes your focus away from things. You can't even sit in a room with yourself without using your phone. You can't even go to the washroom without bringing your phone to the toilet seat. What have we came to? We're losing our attention, we're losing our focus, and we're losing the ability to be mentally rich. Bring your focus back. After this, X mentions a little joke about exercising and smoking a cigarette.
I don't even want to go exercise. I'll be at home playing video games and smoking cigarettes. So
I find it quite funny how he says he doesn't like to exercise. Even if someone doesn't like doing something, they still do it. We know that X was fit, he was into boxing later in his life, and it changes with the ebbs and flows of life.
Naruto? Yeah, on the game, on PS4. What's up, you trying to play me? You don't want to play me. I'll do it to you.
X also says he plays Naruto on the PlayStation 4, but he does say he's gonna whoop anybody that comes at him in Naruto. So watch out!
So you could go to college for gymnastics? Yeah. That's new, right? Wait, so the colleges will even take you to the Olympics? So is that how the students get to go to the Olympics?
The Olympics take college scholarship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here they also go into the topic about the Olympics. I'm talking about gymnastics with respect to the Olympics. There's a girl in the crowd who wants to get into gymnastics, and next asks what are the paths about gymnastics. And she says that one of the paths to gymnastics either the Olympics or you just go to university and do gymnastics at a university. And X asks how would you get the money? How do you get money?
Okay. What happens when you win the Olympics?
I mean, you don't. It's.
You get money or anything?
Barely. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get to about it.
Not that much?
It's all through endorsements. Like,
Okay.
you don't get paid to do it.
Okay. Alright. Just make sure you plot around that. Make sure you plot around that because gymnastics isn't one, like you said, it's not one of the high paying physical sports. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you build around that.
She mentions that gymnastics does not carry a lot of money from the Olympics. So to plot for that money is huge. And he mentions different ways to think, to start plotting. How are you going to get that money? If you were at the top of your gymnastics career and you are not making enough to pay rent, how would you pay that rent even if you're loving what you're doing? So to plot around that, get sponsorships, get promotions, provide training, become a coach, different things that can come into your life to build that wealth. Now, it's not all about the money, but the money is an aspect that you must look into. If you focus too highly on the money, you will distort yourself. They lose who they are, they lose who they will be, they lose the people around them. People switch when you get money. People switch when you get accolades. That's just a part of it too. Now, what can we take from all this? What we can take is that knowing where you want to be is a thought process. Think down with yourself and think who you actually want to be if you're struggling with that in life. Yes, there are different roads. X became a rapper, but you can also go to university, you can go to college, you can become an apprentice, something that motivates you. You can sit down and make videos like I make videos. Something that actually makes you happy in life, that you wake up in the morning and you're like, let's go. I know that's a very cliche thing to say, but once you are in the ebb and flow of things, you need that motivation on your own self to push you there. You need to have yourself in order to get you there. And if you're looking for knowledge in some sense, I made a video about every single book that X read, and you can watch it right here. And I highly recommend for you to do such, because there's some really good books in there that I also recommend. So check it out. Love you. Take care.